Well, howdy. Thought I'd go for a walk. Can you tell where I am? If you guessed Death Valley, you're right. But where in Death Valley am I? Did you say Badwater Basin? Well, yeah, you're partially right. But today, I guess, can be classified that we're on the shores of Lake Manly. That's right. Badwater Basin is filled with water, a rare, almost once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see. So we're going to go see it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll go swimming. Swimming in Death Valley. That's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? All right, let's see what we see. All right, well, ready to take a dip in Lake Manly? If this is not a weird feeling, I just don't know what is it. Walking at the beach at Death Valley. Who would have ever thought you could do that? This is kind of a year of extremes for me, right? Taking a dip in the Arctic Ocean and wading in a lake in Death Valley. I'm cracking through the salt here, so that's going to leave footprints for years. Sorry about that. But it's actually a very interesting landscape to not even when the water's not here, but just looking at the extremes here. Got Telescope Peak, which rises above 11,000 feet. That's the highest point in Death Valley, and that's in the Panamint Mountains looking west. All right, look at that, shimmering water. Shimmering water in Death Valley. Think you'd ever hear that? But anyway, you've got Telescope Peak over there. And then you've got sea level. Let's see if we can zoom in on it there. Got sea level right about there. Probably can't see that too well. But like I mentioned, Badwater here is 282 feet below sea level. Looks like that person may have brought a little blow-up boat. 282 feet below sea level, and the way this whole valley has been formed is from the spreading of the continent. Ooh, that looks yucky. So when the continent spread, when the earthquake fault that goes through here, it's one of those spreading type of faults. So it spreads out the land, and what will happen is, of course, it gets deeper as it spreads, and even the speed of the spreading cannot be counteracted by the amount of erosion that comes down from the mountains due to rain and snowfall, things of that sort. And so the valley spreads. Some of the fill comes in, but not in large amounts. Therefore, the valley continues to drop. And that's what we have here today. So it's, for the technical term, it's a basin and range type of valley. But it really is See if I can walk without breaking through. I guess I can't. It is an interesting feeling to be walking on a lake in Death Valley, but also to see that crystal clear water just as it's just settling on the valley floor with the nice shimmering sunlight on the water. This is one of those spur of the moment trips. You know, after the rains in August from Hurricane Hillary, I think it was called, they got 2 inches of rain here in one day, which is the amount of rain that they get here in 1 year. So washed out a whole bunch of the roads, not only the dirt roads, but the paved roads as well. So Death Valley was closed for, I mean, the whole park was closed for 2 months until they opened up some of the paved roads. So this is basically a last minute trip after learning that the park got open. So I drove 180 miles to get here and just to see this, because who knows if I'll ever get to see this again, right? I think we still have enough time before sunset, so let's head on up to Dante's View, which would be 5,000 feet above us, right around in that area there. And maybe we can watch the sunset over Badwater and Death Valley. And as we're signing off from this part of the valley, we're looking south, and now we're looking westerly to the Panamint Range, and once again Telescope Peak above 11,000 feet. North up that way is towards Furnace Creek, and then beyond that is Stovepipe Wells, and beyond that is the Eureka Valley, Eureka Sand Dunes. And then look at that. Look at that white sand. White sand. That white salt's almost like a white sand beach. All right, so let's head on back and put some more footprints to last for years into the sand, or the salt. And, oh, this is gonna hurt tonight, I think. What? Why didn't I go swimming? Well, I don't think it's deep enough. Just wading in the water is enough. Well, that was a fun experience. Now, hopefully we get, we're going to be racing the sun. We'll go up to the top of the mountain here and see if we can get the sunset over the lake. A sunset over the lake in Death Valley. There's something else that's kind of weird to say, right? Let's see what we get. Oh, and something else I wanted to mention, being here in Death Valley, I would hazard a guess that probably 2/3 of the people that I've come across are from somewhere else outside the U.S. I've heard French, I've heard German, I've heard Spanish, I've heard Italian, I've heard a couple other things. One of them sounds like Arabic. Lots of people here. I've experienced that in the summer when maybe 90% of the people were from outside the country. And a lot of them are here right now to experience the big wide open West. Okay, we made it to the top of the mountain at Dante's View. We got a couple things going against us. We got time running out. We got the clouds. But let's see what kind of view we can get before it all goes away. Take a look at that. That's where you were just a little while ago. So while we're up here, I guess we should get a pretty good, should try and get a good sunset view. How's that sound? That's certainly a colorful way to end the day, right? So that's our quick tour of Death Valley, from low to high to colorful. So let's see what we come up with next time. See you then. So if you ever go through Newberry Springs, you'll notice that there's, you're in the middle of the desert and then boom,